Oh, you obnoxious tit. Just let me on. There we go. So just to get this kind of, I would check out the Gears of War trailer E-Day, but I have no real, oh, that's right. Okay. I would check out the Gears of War, but I'd maybe want to do that and have Hitman around just because, although Nerdy Neo did call him out for being a apparent fake fan. So I don't know how much I can trust J Hitman on Gears of War, but if anything, that Gears of War trailer that I know I heard dropped, I would want him around to take a look at that. Let's see, we did from so again with the Xbox showcase. Oh dear Lord, there was another, we did get a Fable trailer. Oh Lordy, like I think I've said this before, when it comes to Fable, it's not Fable without Peter Molyneux, and this is going to be like more, this is like what we know today for a lot of franchises. It's going to be it's just a skin suit, which is really disappointing. And I know time goes on, people do their things and leave franchises or leave companies and everything like that, but you know, that's where I've also just been of the mind, can we just then drop the IP? Can we drop it and then you guys can start something fresh and anew and go on to something different? Maybe you could still maybe create something in the style of and everything like that. But you know, I think the creators especially need to make it really kind of clear too. It's like, once I've left this project, then that's it. Like, especially for some people that will, like myself, harp on about like lore and continuity and everything. I know I've said, like, my brother and I have had these conversations. I'm always like, if I were to ever like create something, write a book or do whatever, I would make it very clear that unless I had direct hands-on, or you know, kind of like what Lucas did with the expanded universe back in the day, he gave, you know, pointers and tricks and or what, you know, directed it in some form or another with all the books, then, you know, then only then would I say like, what is canon? Then I would take even more of that hands-on approach, and I would be like, canon, non-canon, canon, non, you know, that sort of thing. And basically overall it would be called, unless I have my hands on it, unless it's coming from me especially, then once I'm gone from a project and like I somehow lost control over it, much like Lucas did with Star Wars, then I'd be calling it, nope, it's done for. Anything anything beyond is just fan fiction, pure fan fiction, not real, not canon. And I would be very, very clear. And so that's that. I wish we kind of had more of that mentality, but oh well, it is what it is. So, you know, yeah, we'll take a look at this here. We got Fable from the Xbox Games Showcase. Who would have thought be doing more from the Xbone here? But here we go. Let's take a look and see for this. And like I would check out the Halo one too, but again, I don't have the same kind of like interest in Halo. I've always been kind of like, I've enjoyed some of it. I've enjoyed the multiplayer side of it, getting to go into community events and stuff like and all that, but it's just, I've never looked at it fondly. Halo, more like Galo. Anyways, here we go.
Do I remember the moment my powers came in? I was being crushed to death with seawater and whilst holding onto my sister's hand.
Okay.
And I lost.
Isabel, hero of Wraithmarsh.
You want to talk about them?
Them who?
Real heroes.
Who's them? Who's they? What are you referring to, lady?
All that power, how do they use it? Beasts. Fine, none of that matters. Knows how to wield power.
Or I go by the no hero, never was, never will be. So we're kind of like, we already kind of saw the fall of the Heroes Guild and stuff like that, I think in Fable 2, the aftermath and everything, but like I think we're kind of now again getting into some of that. I mean, we kind of saw a little, like we did have some heroes, I believe. Yeah, we did. We had people betray you in Fable 1 and everything that were heroes or part of the Heroes Guild and were playing the duplicitous route. I'm trying to remember, because this is the one guy that saved you and everything, which that could be major spoilers if you never played that, but Uh-oh. But if you haven't played it by now, come on. But I don't know, like when I look at it in in my current year, I'm just like, okay, so here we go. We're doing the whole deconstruction of heroes, good versus evil. We're blurring the lines and trying to go for that gray morality bullshit. You know, I really, that's why I think I've really enjoyed going through the Star Wars expanded universe books, the old ones, the true ones, the real lore, again, is because that is always still maintained. The idea of, you know, good, evil, you have clear defining lines. You may have characters that kind of are like the filthy fucking Bothan. They are very schemy, duplicitous, underhanded little creatures that deserve to be eradicated. But that's not my point. But, you know, like it is, everybody though, like, will eventually kind of go, okay, they have a side. They're either evil, they're good. And I enjoy that. And I like that then, you know, yes, in the end, usually good triumphs over evil. Because like it is, even with like the Darth Bane trilogy, even though the way that goes about, and it's talking about the dark side and Darth Bane and his semblance of the rule of two, I mean, we know eventually how everything does play out, that it does eventually run its course. The Sith are eventually overthrown. Light is restored. True balance is not, you know, oh, 2 + 2 = balance, but real balance is restored to the galaxy. But, you know, that still does a great job of setting all that stuff up and tells a dark story. But you know that eventually it gets to that point and good does triumph. And that's what I feel like this has been missing from a lot of media and a lot of storytelling, because now it really is just like the whole between like subversion of culture and stuff like that. This all kind of boils down to like, it's, oh god, I normally would have the words for this, but it is just, you know, the deconstruction of heroes, good and evil. And it's just gotten also tiresome because, again, like a lot of the current things, you have things like Invincible and The Boys, where you kind of have these archetypes that we know of, like basically if Superman turned evil, was part of this or that. And that's kind of where some of that stuff stems. And then of course we do even have like the whole Injustice series, where it's superheroes turning bad, especially Superman going full evil bad guy. And honestly, that's where I like, sometimes that stuff can be an interesting idea, but when you kind of sit back, it's like we're just deconstructing heroes and kind of ruining the public eye of what good can look like and what evil can look like. And they kind of, again, it's all about, a lot of this kind of comes down to a lot of blurring of the lines, and it's kind of frustrating. Well, it's just such a saturated thing in the media. Oh, so they're gonna be kind of a bunch of whiny tits on top of it. That felt.
Albion is broken, and I'm going to mend it. Albion knows.
Ah, yes.
A monster.
Oh, somebody's got a little bit of an ego there. Oh, fuck off. Really? You're bringing Jack of Blades into this? Oh, that's a key. That's so February 23rd, 2027. So this a little bit into the new year. Xbox Series X, Xbox on PC, Xbox Cloud, Steam, PS5. Oh, that felt so key jangly at the end there. Because everything that we've seen so far was also like, initially they were going off of oh god, I forgot the actor's name, Richard Ayoade, as being the giant that is part of the storyline, and being like kind of a big conquering thing, or what. No pun intended, because he's supposed to be like a giant and everything, but I don't know, like that. Now we're gonna be bringing in Jack of Blades, bro, come on. So let me guess, there's gonna be a big reveal, and it's gonna be the Jack of Blades soul possessed her, and she's gonna be the true villain in the end. What do you think? What do you think, chat? Do you think do you think I'm right on that? Is that what we could be walking into? And it is their default hero. Like, I'm sorry, he doesn't look like the type that's gonna actually be saving anybody. It's gonna be more trying to decapitate innocent Irishman. Anywho, like I said, I think I've got the feeling that it's gonna be a big betrayal point, and that's gonna be what happens. Is that it turns out? Hang on, let's see how you walk. Yeah, okay, we'll see. We'll see. Like, I don't know. That was just certainly what suddenly cropped into my brain. I'm like, I could see that happening. I could see that happening. Well, barring any issues, I could. This is the scheduled release date. I guess we'll see. I don't know. It didn't feel like yeah, I know we kind of got it's hard to sometimes tell what's our cinematic scenes and what's our actual gameplay, and I hate that. It's obnoxious, but I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just all in-game scenes. So I did think it was kind of funny that, you know, you walk up to one of the faces again, that you got one of them just being a cheeky little bugger and giving you some lip. So that you know, there's that. But yeah, like rants aside and stuff, we'll see how it plays out. Again, Fable in name only, in my opinion. So, oh well, I guess for me, but since it is coming to PC, I will look into it, as it were, and perhaps try and check it out. We'll see. I just, like I said, I'm just not too hopeful with a lot of this stuff. Well, you know, I hope for the best, but I do expect the worst out of it, and I am expecting that. I'm expecting the worst.
Thank you for watching this clip from Respawn Roast Cantina. Please like and subscribe if you like what you see, and check out the full episode.